Eagle Communications is your ultimate business partner. We provide business class phone with customizable features and fast, reliable internet. Your knowledgeable team at Technology Solutions has a broad base of IT services to meet your needs. Let the experts at Marketing Solutions get your message to the right people on the best platforms. The only piece missing is your business. Call Eagle Communications today at 877-61-EAGLE.
Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Welcome to another Community Connection from Eagle Community Television, with thanks to our producer, editor, and behind-the-camera work of Brandon Cooley from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for joining us today. We're in the studios with the Executive Director of the Ellis County United Way, Sherry Dryden, as we get a campaign wrap-up for the 2016-17 Ellis County United Way. Well, the question is, how'd we do?
We didn't do too bad. We did fall a little short this year. It's been exciting the last 2 years. We came in at $415,000, which our goal was $450,000. So this year we thought we'd try one more time, and we did set our goal for $450,000. Unfortunately, we came in at $395,000. So it's a little less, but we're still able to make some substantial change and also some substantial support to our partner agencies, and we gained a couple more partner agencies as well.
Well, tell us, Sherry, how this goal is determined to begin with.
The goal is determined based on history, of course, past giving, and the Board of Directors assesses what they think we may be able to come in at with donations, and we watch it very closely, and we do, of course, comparisons of businesses, individuals, and so we're constantly reviewing that to see where we're at. Then we have to consider things like the economy and the new tax laws that came in, which there is an anticipation, not only locally but nationwide, of at least a 5% decrease in donations this upcoming year. So we hope that we'll be able to change that, and we will be reassessing. Do we want to try for $450,000 again? We'll more than likely have to look at reviewing that and coming down.
And these agencies, do they stay the same, the number of agencies that are receiving United Way funds?
This last year, we did open up the application process. Prior to my involvement with United Way, there was a set number of agencies that have been helped over the years, and we discussed this on one of our surveys that we did. The community was asking, can we get some more agencies in there? Can we look at other things that are being done in the community? And so at that point in time, we opened up the application process. And we have a phenomenal group of volunteers that make up what's called the Care Council. And these are volunteers outside of the United Way, and a couple of them are from the United Way, that get together and review the applications. They do site visits, and they make recommendations. And based on their recommendations, we did add a couple of others. I'm thinking we're going to have 16 agencies this year now from the funding, and that's exciting to see. However, we want to stress, let's make sure that we have some community impact. Let's make sure that we're going in a direction that truly benefits our communities in Ellis County. So with that said, the agencies do have a level of accountability that they have to do throughout the whole year. That also becomes a part of the Care Council process, doing comparison, as well as the Board of Directors, seeing how and what the agencies are doing.
And the board wants those agencies to meet the guidelines the board establishes to be qualified for receiving those funds.
Absolutely. United Way Worldwide, of course, gives guidelines that we follow. They also give us the leeway to, how do I want to say this, to make sure that those guidelines pertain to our region. Mm-hmm. Because guidelines for one part of the United States versus rural Kansas are going to be a little different. Mm-hmm. So we make sure that they are tuned in to what the needs are out here in western Kansas.
When it comes to charitable giving, we really need to let our representatives know that laws affecting charitable giving and tax deductions are really important to agencies like the United Way locally, because it makes an impact on funds distributed to those agencies which are going to benefit all of us in the long run.
Absolutely. You know, when an agency has to take cuts, then the community takes cuts as well. More people need help, but of course we're doing more with less. With these changes, to try and keep it on the positive perspective, yes, that will probably affect giving. However, I appreciate what one person shared with me, and I didn't think about it that way. We need to look at, all of us are supposedly going to be having a little bit of a bigger paycheck. Mm-hmm. That was money we didn't see before. Why not use that money as part of your donation? Mm-hmm. That way it's not changing anything that you've had before, but yet you're still able to give. So I really like that perspective, and that's going to be a theme that we'll be trying to use throughout this next campaign.
Now the campaign has officially wrapped up then, but is there a lull or rest period between the campaign for next year, the fall, or is planning already underway?
Planning is already underway. I have a great marketing team that I get to work with, and we already met Monday. We have this next year planned out. We already have dates confirmed on calendars with other businesses that are helping us out. And our very first event that we do have coming up is one that will be put on by a great group of ladies, and it'll be our Power of the Purse event on April 18th.
Now you're talking about the Wonder Women League, right?
Yes, I thought I would take advantage of wearing the shirt today.
Well, obviously, we have to ask. Yep. Since,
Yes. Just briefly, the Wonder Women League was started last year. Last fall, we did a Power of the Purse event, our first ever event. We did great. It was a great fundraiser, great outcomes. And out of that, our campaign chair last year, Nancy Jeter, she was talking about some kind of a ladies group. So as we were talking, one of the things that we had been thinking about the United Way is to have an affinity group. Well, with Nancy's thoughts and drive and direction that she has, she came up with a Wonder Women League. And all I can say is you have to stay out of their way. That is the most amazing group of women. They've already got their first project. I talked briefly about community impact. One of the things that we do look at the United Way is that community impact, and how can it immediately make an impact on our community. And so one of the first things that they're doing is called the Born Learning Trail. So they've got a great group of people volunteering to help with them. Adams, Brown, Bear, and Ball. The city of Hayes has established an area in, I think it's Sunrise Park over by Roosevelt School. So they're already giving back, and it's barely been 6-7 months. So that has been phenomenal. So we're just very excited.
Now there's something else coming up that is coming that's going to be I don't want to give away too much here, I guess, but there is a special event to look forward to in the fall, right?
Yes.
Kind of a kickoff event?
Yes. So we are very, very excited. This is our 65th year with United Way. So we have a handful of things planned, and I want to encourage people to go on our Facebook page, United Way of Ellis County, and they'll start to see things on there. They need to be paying attention to what's on that Facebook page throughout the next few months. because we have a fun event already planned for our chamber kickoff, and that is August 24th. And then the day after, we're going to have our community kickoff, and that's going to be at the Downtown Pavilion, and we're going to have a kids cook-off.
Wow.
So be watching. We have lots of fun things that we're going to be announcing. Also on our website at liveunited.us, we have things that will be on there and planned and all of that. So yes, we are running as we speak. So
now I need to ask this: does any of these plans involve duct tape?
No, that was a one-time thing. So
not to be repeated, right?
Right. We're constantly trying to come up with new, innovative, fun things to do, and so the joke around the office is, what can we do to Sherry next? So. And you know, it's all for fun, it's all for support, and it's going to a great cause. It's not going to the United Way, it's going to our partner agencies. And you know, we're here as a team. What can we do to all work together?
To benefit all of the community. Very important right there.
Absolutely.
And all of this works because of your volunteers.
Yes, we have been very blessed. This past year, we have volunteers calling us, wanting to help. And we have a link on our website that people can go to sign up to volunteer. Not only do we work with keeping the volunteers, not just the United Way, but it's also for all of our partner agencies. And even some of our non-partner agencies. Our biggest volunteer pool right now is coming from the Wonder Women League. They've just been phenomenal. But it is so great. It is such a blessing to have people contact us, say, what can I do to help? And we want to continue that and appreciate everybody's help.
Need to find out again those two sites, the Facebook and the website for the United Way, so folks can get started on taking a look at what's going on already.
Absolutely. Website is www.liveunited.us, and our Facebook page is United Way of Ellis County. And
once again, to review, the total raised for the 2016-17 campaign
was $395,000. And one other thing I do wish to add is, yes, agencies have taken cuts, so has the United Way. We've made changes at our agency too, and one question that I'm asked is, what is your administrative cost? We do our best to keep them well below 20%. So that is something that we know is important as well.
And the money then can be used for those member agencies to further their programs and to help people throughout Ellis County.
Absolutely, with 100% of that staying here.
Well, there is one final thought that we need to make, and that's a little praise for the executive director, because without her leadership, without her commitment, without her dedication, without her zeal, and without being able to involve some of these fun and games events that take place, her energy level is something that all of us can be thankful for. The executive director of the Ellis County United Way, Sherry Dryden, our community connection.
Eagle Communications is your complete business solution with options to fit any budget. We provide business class phone with customizable features and fast, reliable internet. Your knowledgeable team at Technology Solutions has a broad base of IT services to meet your needs. Let the experts at Marketing Solutions get your message to the right people on the best platforms. Eagle Communications will build your personalized business plan. Call us at 877-61-EAGLE.
It's time to explore the great indoors.
Pirates ahead, all hands on deck and ready the cannons.
Where imagination has no boundaries.
And then the princess rode the dragon.
And fun is limitless.
Captain, we're ready for liftoff.
Explore the great indoors with Eagle Communications, with TV and internet starting at $84.99 for 2 years.
Welcome to another Community Connection from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always to our producer, editor, and behind the camera work of Brandon Cooley from Eagle Community Television. We're in our studios with co-chair of the Wonder Women League, I better correct that, Nancy Jeter. She is co-chair along with Eagle Communications' Rhonda Meyerhoff. How did this group begin?
Well, first of all, let me tell you what a pleasure it is to be here with you. I appreciate you calling me and asking me to come in so you could interview me.
Well, thank you.
We've had a lot of interviews through the years together, haven't we?
You're the first person to say that, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure, and I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Most people, including Brandon, run for the door whenever we start these things, but thank you for coming in.
Well, the Wonder Women League, I'm so excited about it. We're going to do great things in our community, and kind of how it started was, as you know, in this last year I was the chair of the campaign chair for the United Way, and I was visiting with Sherry, and I said, what if we do something kind of on the side, start something new, and I suggested like the Wonder Women League, and to me, there are a lot of women out there that they give with their husbands. Their husband writes a check to the United Way, and so, you know, they're recognized that way. But there are also a lot of women who have the time and the talent and the resources of their own to do a whole lot more. And I was one of those women, because Bill would give, you know, from Bill and Nancy Jeter, but then there were other things that would capture my heart, and I wanted, and so therefore I would give on my own. And I thought there have to be a lot of women like me out there that feel the same way. So why don't we find out who they are, see if they would like to join us, and to do some things in the community that we're able to do. You know, you get a whole group of women together, we can accomplish great things, Mike.
Great things indeed. And talent, boy, you talk about talent in this area.
We've got a great group. We have a great group. So from that idea, we wanted to do an event to publicize it and to let everyone know about it, and we wanted it to be very special. So we did a Power of the Purse luncheon, and to me that signifies, you know, the power a lot of times is in the purse. And so we did an elegant luncheon. It was at the country club. We had beautiful white tablecloths with floral arrangements at every table, turquoise napkins, and everything was in turquoise, black and white. And when people walked in, they would just go, oh, isn't this beautiful? And that's what we wanted. We wanted it to be special. But at the luncheon, we had received a lot of handbags that were donated from businesses in town. From some of our connections, we were able to get some out of town. We were able also to order some at a very low price that we could display. And so they were beautifully displayed on tables, and women could buy a raffle ticket for $5, 5 for $20, and they could go and put their raffle tickets in. And so we gave away handbags, and we also auctioned off 3 of our very expensive handbags, and it turned out very well. We also talked about what we as a group of women once committed, what we could do for our community, and that we could do things, pick up the slack that maybe other organizations didn't have the means to do, didn't have the manpower, the volunteers to do. We could step in and make our community a better place. And we offered membership. Anyone can join. We do have different membership levels that go up, and it's as low as $10, because we know that there are some women, maybe college students, they don't have the resources, but they have the time and the talent. So we didn't want anyone to be left out, and we did very well with that. In fact, we did well enough that we are getting ready to start on our first project, and that was only 6 months ago. You want to hear about our first project?
Well, of course I do, absolutely.
We have, I don't know if people are familiar with this, it's called the Born Learning Trail. And you will find them in cities and more populated areas. And what they are, they're mainly on a sidewalk, and they're painted, and in addition to, you know, traditional hopscotch, there are shapes and colors, and you walk through this trail with the child, and the child can be very young. It goes up in ages, and they learn their colors, they learn their numbers, they learn their shapes, and it's great interaction with whoever comes with them. It can be a parent, a grandparent, a big brother or sister that could enjoy the trails. And so we worked with the city, partnered with the City of Hays, the Parks Department, and then Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball. We want to thank them because they volunteered their staff to help maintain it once it's up and going, which will be great. So it'll always look clean and fresh and new, and so they'll paint when it needs to be painted and that sort of thing. So we're going to do it at Sunrise Park. It's next to Roosevelt School. We wanted it in an area where there was a lot of housing and was easy for people to get to and to enjoy. So we're excited about it. They're going to start work on it soon, and so we're off and rolling.
An outdoor activity involves physical activity.
Yes.
It involves learning abilities.
Yes.
It involves exercise abilities. What more could you ask for?
That's right. And bonding.
And bonding as well.
Bonding with a parent or
amazing. Where did this idea come from? Who
Sherry
found that?
Dryden came up with that because we wanted to, first of all, we wanted our project to be visible, our first one. And so we thought this would be perfect because there will be signs out there, you know, Learning Trail, you know, in cooperation with the Wonder Woman League, the City of Hays, and Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball. So that when people came out there, they, you know, if they hadn't heard of us yet, they would want to know, what is this Wonder Woman League? And hopefully people, once they hear about it, you know, they'll want to get involved too.
So will there be signs displaying what's on the sidewalk as part of a learning process as well?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. It's an activity, and you read and you do the activity as you go along that trail. So we wanted our first project to be visible. We'll be getting together with the group to decide what we're going to do after this is up and going. At the luncheon, we had little cards at every table that people could check if they wanted to be a member, wanted to get involved with the Wonder Woman League. And we also had a box if they would like to serve on an initial committee. And we had 14 or 15 women there. So from there, we started our first committee, and we've been meeting, we've been meeting almost every other week since September. We're going to have a meeting of all of the members, everyone that signed up that they wanted to be involved in the membership. Within the next few weeks, we'll be sending out invitations and emails, and so we can let them know what we've done thus far and get them excited about the next project and our next fundraiser.
Well, yeah, and publicize that so that those who have not yet been involved up to now can join this rather remarkable group.
I wanted to be a part of every woman's life in Hays.
So you want more recruits, you're going to have meetings, you're going to have fundraisers. Do you have a contact website?
We're in with the United Way's website. And that's another thing I want to say. We're so grateful to the United Way. We're under the umbrella of the United Way, so we don't need a 501c3. We're able to, you know, they've been great. Sherry's been great with her time, so they can find us on the liveunited.us. .us, yeah.
Okay. Where did your involvement in this Wonder Woman League begin? Was it through Sherry? How did that happen?
It was in conversation with Sherry about our United Way campaign. And Sherry filled me in on everything that we would be doing. And from that, I thought, let's...
As the chair of the fundraising
Yes.
campaign last year.
Yes. And then at the luncheon then, oh my goodness, Rhonda Meyerhoff, does she not stand out wherever she goes? Her enthusiasm and she's
It is
just
contagious.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So I asked Sherry if she'd be my co-chair this first year with Wonder Women League, and she graciously accepted, and we're so grateful for that. But Rhonda and I, she's a great idea person, very enthusiastic, and she knows how to get people involved, has a lot of contacts, and does very well.
There's going to be some amazing things coming
Yeah.
from the Wonder Women League.
I
I can
know.
see that coming already. So the next question, where did this community service gene that Nancy Jeter possesses come from? Big brothers, big sisters, chamber, the United Way, and now the Wonder Women League. Where did that gene come from? Who's your...
I don't know that it's a gene. Mike, I think you can agree with this. Once you get involved and you look around and you know how blessed we are, that, you look around at people that are less fortunate, people that have needs that aren't being met, and we want to help. We want to, if I can do something, I want to. And it's not just me. I think there are so many other people like me. I've been fortunate that I've been more visible, so people may ask me. And so I take no credit, but thank you for that. But
Well,
there
that's
are
a
a
good
lot of
thing.
women that
And
want to help.
the Wonder Women League will highlight the availability of women who have the time, the talent, and the resources to make this community a better place, and that's really what it's all about.
That's right. We're getting ready for our next Power of the Purse event. Do you want to hear about that?
Absolutely, got about a minute, so
Okay.
make it a quick one.
The next Power of the Purse, it went so well, we're doing it again. It's going to be in April. We'll be publicizing it, sending out invitations. We welcome everyone to come, and every woman needs a new handbag for Easter, don't they? Or for spring? So come to this new event. It's a lot of fun, and we'll be sharing the Born Learning Trail and asking for suggestions on where we go next and who we can help in the community. We want to make the community a better place.
Thank you for your service, too.
Thank you.
The co-chair, along with Rhonda Meyerhoff of the Wonder Women League, Nancy Jeter, our community connection.
Hi, I'm Gary Shorman, President and CEO of Eagle Communications, a 100% employee-owned company. I'd like to personally thank you for selecting Eagle for your internet, television, and telephone service. By choosing Eagle, you're choosing to keep your dollars local with a company that reinvests back in your community. Let's make this a great year for your community. Check us out at eaglecom.net. Eagle Communications, our community connected.